Alright guys, I'm pretty sure we all have seen the 5.7 livestream and the new endgame mode they showed us with the new rewards and everything. And you might have thought that thanks to this new game mode you will be able to get more Primogems now. Well, it turns out that's not actually the case. In fact, we still get the exact same amount of Primogems we would have gotten anyway, even without the new endgame mode, which means that in reality, this new game mode doesn't really change anything when it comes to how much Primogems you will be able to get with each version. Now I know this sounds confusing, but let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Now as you guys can see, yesterday they showed off all these cool things, the new characters, the new events, but one thing that nobody noticed somehow is that we now have one less mini event compared to all the previous versions. Now, if you have been playing Genshin for a while now, you probably know that usually we always get one main event and 3 mini events. The main event always gives us like 1000 Primogems, which is this event in that case, and the mini events always give us like 420 or 480 Primogems. So in total, we always end up with about 2500 Primogems from events alone. 3 mini events and 1 main event. Now, for some reason, nobody really paid attention or noticed this during the livestream, but what they did is they gave us 1 mini event less. So in version 5.7, we don't have 3 mini events as usual, but now we only have 2 mini events and 1 main event. The reason for that is obviously because of the new endgame mode. And if you guys take a look at the actual Primogem chart, you will be able to see that the new endgame mode, which is this right here, it gives us pretty much the exact same amount of Primogems as a mini event. Which means that all they did is they just replaced the 3rd mini event with this new endgame mode. But overall, we still get the exact same amount of rewards we would have gotten anyway. But the only difference is that now, instead of doing another mini event, you have to do all this extra work and you have to do this new endgame mode to actually get those 400 Primogems. And like besides that, it is a dogshit patch in terms of rewards. Free-to-play players will only be able to get 54 pulls. That's not even enough for one character, but that is dogshit. In terms of rewards, it is still a dogshit patch. But other than that, you know, there's a lot of cool things in here. Skirk is obviously pretty cool. The lore is going to be crazy in this update. But anyway, it's technically still a dogshit patch because the rewards are dogshit. Because it really starts to feel like they will never actually improve this game. And when they do, you know, when they do finally give us what we've been asking for, they give it to us, but in the worst way possible. The custom artifact loadouts are kind of weird. They are there, but it's not really what we wanted. And the endgame mode, you know, it's cool that we have a new endgame mode, but like, it doesn't really change anything in terms of rewards. So it's just kind of pointless. You know, they could have at least, you know, given us those additional 400 Primogems, but they're just so fucking greedy that they don't even want to give us that. And I am suspecting that they will do this every single version from now on, which essentially means that nothing really changed in terms of rewards, right? They straight up just tricked everyone. However's literally tricked everyone into thinking that somehow now we will be getting more rewards, which is just not true. But I'm just disappointed because, you know, this is such a cool game mode and I don't get how greedy they have to be. It's just 400 Primogems. It's like 3 pulls. You know, what's the problem? Just give us all the mini events, give us the main event, and on top of that, give us this endgame mode. Why can't they do that, bro? They're acting as if these 3 pulls are going to change our lives. They're acting as if these 3 pulls will change everything. It is literally just 3 fucking pulls and they're still greedy to the point where they won't give us an additional 3 pulls. You know, I've been playing Genshin for a long time and every time they give us what we want, they do give it to us, but in the worst way possible. Like, I just don't get it. They put so much effort into Zenless on Zero, they put so much effort into other games, but when it comes to Genshin, they just implement every feature, but in the worst way possible. And we still don't even have a skip button. But yeah, this new endgame mode, you know, it's pretty cool, probably. The artifact rewards are cool. The gameplay loop is probably somewhat fun. And you can play it in co-op, which is also pretty cool. But once again, in terms of the actual rewards, this is completely stupid because it doesn't change anything. And at the end of the live stream, they also show off this sort of calendar. And this is where you guys can actually see what I was talking about. Because here you see the dates for each event. And as you guys can see, it's exactly as I said. We have 2 events here giving us 420 Primogems each. And then we have the main event giving us almost 1000 Primogems. Now, usually, there should be a third mini event somewhere around here, giving us 400 something Primogems as well. And now, they just replaced that third mini event with the new endgame mode, which is up here. So overall, in terms of rewards, you know, this is essentially a dogshit patch. You get 54 pulls, and if they will keep doing this shit in Nod-Krai, if they keep doing all this greedy garbage, honestly, I might as well quit the game. Because, you know, I love Genshin. I've been playing this game for many years, and this is one of my favorite games of all time. At least it was. And I've been playing this game, and I love it. I have been loving Genshin for a long time. But, you know, it's really starting to just, you know, it's starting to kind of crumble, you know. Sure, this is a great update for lore enjoyers and people who like the story and, you know, people who obviously are looking forward to Skirk. But if you actually take a look at the things they implemented, this is not that great of an update. I'm gonna be honest, you know, it's a good update, but I'm not that impressed. If you take a look at Zenless Zone Zero and compare it to this, the amount of effort they are putting into Zenless Zone Zero compared to Genshin it's a massive difference. Because every single update for this game, they put out banger after banger and they give us some really, really good things that players have been asking for. In Genshin, they give us what we want, but like once a year, and if they give us what we want, it's in the worst way possible. And I really just, you know, I'm starting to get tired of constantly making videos shitting on Genshin because, you know, I want to actually enjoy the game. But there's, you know, there's barely anything good to talk about. And I don't want to make these videos, but like, well, you know, what else am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to tell you guys that this is, you know, the best thing ever? When in reality, you know, they just tricked everyone into believing that this game mode somehow changes everything. But, you know, the rewards are still dogshit and, you know, nothing has really changed for free-to-play players. I'm not going to sit here and act like this is some kind of great change when it's not. But regardless, you know, I will try the new game mode. It does look pretty fun, even though, you know, the rewards are not great, but it does look pretty fun in terms of gameplay, so I will definitely play it. Let me know what you guys think about this down below in the comments, and as always, I wish everyone a nice and wonderful day.